about it, Tom? You still have a death wish? You ready to leave this world right here, right now? Yes. Too bad. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna tell your men to help us get that water off the moon, and they're gonna earn their freedom, and then you're gonna get your elections. What? Because you're right, Tom.
There we are.
I see you still didn't put the hole in those two letters like I told you to, but that's fine.
Wow, really? That's all you got to say?
Yeah. I've already seen it, so like. How are you doing on this fine Wednesday?
Well, not slurping a bowl of whatever that is on the live stream.
Sorry. Man's got to eat.
Yeah, you can eat before the live stream. That's what you're supposed to do.
I'll do like all these other talking heads do. You'll have no idea what I'm doing.
No,
so there we go.
You see, that's unprofessional.
No,
you know what? No, we don't do avatars. You see, and I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah. So what you do is you eat before the live stream.
You know what? If I had that kind of time, I would, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? You don't have time to eat before the live stream?
You know what I'm going through, man.
I don't, but hey,
I literally just had people. I literally just had people leave. Right, the turtle thing was a joke. I was here with people buying stuff off of me.
Yeah. You see, you've been giving me a hard time because I didn't cut a hole in the flames.
No, in the
Yeah, exactly. You know, flames don't work. You can't cut it. You know, if you cut that hole in it, then it breaks the illusion of the flame. That's the problem. And so, you know, but you know, so you can get on me about that. So I can get on you about the unprofessionalism of eating your lunch on camera.
Sorry.
Anyway. I do want to thank someone out there. I don't know who, but got a little something in the mail. And so whoever it was, thank you very much. No note or anything like that attached to it. But I am now the proud owner of the box set of Deep Space Nine.
So, that means we have to review it, right? Isn't that the rule?
Well, it didn't say, but you know, we can put that on the list for sure.
Yeah.
If we don't get one of the other shows before we run out of material.
So when is Jason back?
Well, Jason is on his way back home now.
I didn't see any video of you two. I thought you guys were going to do that.
Yeah, because we couldn't get any. Unfortunately,
Oh.
he had got very sick to his stomach while he was here, so we only got to see him for the briefest of time. I did get to see him, but only we only got to meet for a very brief time. On
Damn!
Monday
So you didn't
morning.
go do all that stuff you planned on doing?
No, we didn't get to do all the stuff we planned out because he just was not feeling well.
Can't drink the Florida water, man. You know.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But the
It's too close
so
to Cuba.
he's on the drive back right now. So she's my understanding is if all goes according to schedule, they'll be back at home Friday night.
Right on.
And then because his
So
wife
next week.
Right, next week he'll be on the show.
Okay.
So
and
did you hear
about the breaking news?
I did know about the card game and the sports games that they were accidentally switched, the Pyramid and Triad. I've listened to all the commentary from Ronald D. Moore back when he was doing it as a podcast.
So did you hear about the breaking news that just happened?
The breaking news.
Actor Danny Masterson from That 70s Show was found guilty of 2 out of 3 rape counts. Was led from court in handcuffs and is looking to spend up to 30 years to life in prison.
I don't know which actor that is.
He was the one with the curly hair. Did you ever watch That 70s Show? Or The Ranch?
I know the show, but I mean, I don't know which character was that. I mean, you said the one with the curly hair.
I don't remember the character's name.
So are you talking about the main guy?
No, he was one of the.
Or are you talking about the exchange student dude?
No,
you're talking about the stoner dude. Okay.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat, look it up.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he got fired from the ranch for the allegations, which I guess was a good call on Netflix's part because, yeah, man, poor bastard for something he did 20 years ago is about to go to jail for 30 years to life. Won't even give him bail.
That's serious a crime. If there's enough evidence to convict him, then, I just say let him rot.
Yeah, but there wasn't, is the thing. If you follow the thing, it's all just like
I wasn't present at the trial, so I'm not going to say there was or wasn't, But, and if there wasn't...
Well, neither was I, but I read everything about it,
Well,
so I was curious.
But that's the problem. When you read opinions on it, then opinions can be biased.
I was reading facts,
based on, unless you sit there and watch the entire trial, you don't know what the jury saw.
Fair enough.
It's like if you watch think about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing.
Yeah.
On the surface, you might think, well, Johnny Depp, was a druggie, was a boozer, was supposedly abused Amber Heard, all this stuff, and so but when you sit there and if you watch all the testimony and all the the way that it all went down, it's pretty clear that Amber Heard was making crap up.
Yeah. So hey, I know they're not a sponsor, but hot damn, that Progressive Light chicken pot pie soup I just ate. So good. Oh my God. Highly recommend.
What is with you and pimping products that don't give us money?
Look, I because I'm not a whore. I pimp products I believe in. You don't have to pay me.
No, you're not a whore. You're a slut.
Well,
because
here.
you just give it away.
Well, I thought that's what whores did. Now, if I was a prostitute, I'd say, hey, guys, Fuel Up for Life. Go to fuelup.com/dorkring. No, I'm just kidding. I actually think they took my promo code.
Whores get paid. Whore and prostitute are the same thing,
I thought whores just liked fucking or fracking. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, you know what I noticed in this episode when I rewatched it earlier today?
What's that?
Fracking bitch. So they don't have a replacement for the word bitch. Because they literally,
they in the reimagined, really, they Yeah, they really only did frack, and in fact, like I said, in the mini movie Blood and Chrome that we'll get to eventually, they drop all sorts of curse words other
Oh,
than frack. All
hey, there's also on a production note, there's something wrong with your Plex server. I got a notification that it wasn't secure, and I had to go like say, okay, that's fine, and then it kept crashing on me. So I ended up having to watch the episode on Peacock. So,
well, I don't know why you are the only person that has trouble on the Plex server.
I don't have any trouble with Jason's. It's just yours. You know.
Well, so. I don't know what to say because Jason doesn't have any trouble on mine.
Okay.
I think it's a team maybe. And we're not going to be highlighting comments like that, please.
Sorry. All righty. So how have you been since I saw you last? Isn't that the first part of the show? We just shoot the breeze, say hi, catch up.
Hanging in there all. I'm disappointed about the whole thing with Jason, unfortunately, but I'm hoping he makes it home okay. And
hey, man, you're one of those dudes. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Maybe you guys just weren't meant to go have all that fun.
You're one of those guys. No, sometimes you just get sick because you get sick. But anyway,
I mean, isn't God in charge of all of that? So okay, never mind. You know what? We'll leave it alone. I'm sorry.
Ass right now. I mean,
am I? Was I? Okay.
Yes,
I'm
you
sorry.
are.
Okay,
you clearly are. What is your deal? Why? What do you got to burr up your ass today? What's your problem?
Well, I've just been getting jerked. So I've posted a bunch of. If you want the honest answer, I've posted. Oh, hold,
and it's Felter carb, not Felder.
Carb. There we go. Welcome to the show. No, I've been posting.
You're going to encourage him. He thinks Bird doesn't know anything about Klingons except for that one word.
Oh,
so
I know. Maltz Chorichu. That means Maltz, beam me up. It's from Star Trek 3. Anyway, I've been posting all this stuff, and I guess I'm an idiot. The way I think about it is I don't like to haggle. So I give people all the facts, all the information, the photos. I link to other things. So I paid. For example, I have this entertainment center here. It's pretty dope. Paid $900 for it 3 years ago, and I posted it for I posted it for $300, and I took good pictures and I showed everybody. And if you were to buy it today, right now, they don't even sell the one piece with it anymore, and it's over $700 without the other piece that I have. So I figure $300 is a low price. It'll sell fast. Should go fine. Man, I probably had 50 messages yesterday of people trying to haggle me down. And my friend was like, see, if you wanted 3, you should have posted it for 4 or 5. And I'm like, I'm not trying to play this game, man.
Dude, but that's how it works when you're selling crap.
Sucks, dude. I sold my dining table for exactly what I posted it for. So
just depends on the item, but for the most part, you should always. And besides, that way, if you post it for 4 or 5 and somebody's stupid and they give you the 500, you come out ahead.
I guess. So I've posted my sofa, my coffee table, my entertainment center, dining table, already sold that. A dresser, already sold that. A bed, already sold that. 2 statues, 2 figures, and I think that's it. I don't know. I've taken pictures of other stuff. I just haven't got around to posting it yet because I've had people come by. Oh, look at that. Speak of the devil. I talk about it. I just got a message. Let's see what they say. I have a few questions. I already put the length and the height on the... God, people. I'm not even answering that. If you can't read, I'm not helping you. So, anyway. That's probably why I'm not selling my shit, because I have no patience for stupid people. And most people are stupid, unfortunately.
This is true. Well, I wouldn't say most, but half. I mean, 100 is the average, so half of people are below.
Fair enough.
And
how about you? Enough about my miserable life and stress and everything. I'm trying.
You weren't all robot. Did you click away or something?
Is this? Yeah, I did. Is this better?
We'll got to give it a second. Don't be clicking on stuff.
Okay, damn.
Jerk. All right, what were you starting to say now?
I said enough about me and my miserable life. How was your week?
Well, I already told you. Jason is sick, and so there's that.
That was one day. I mean, come on, anything exciting happened?
Technically, it was. And then I was 2 days because that was Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, sorry.
Still have a
is it still
dog.
Is it still garbled transmission, Martin, or is he a little bit behind?
No, I think Martin's just on the delay there.
Oh, okay.
You cleared up now. Yeah, and Bradley says do that same stuff on games I play. I sell items for what they're worth, not what everyone else wants. I'm effing myself out of gold. Yeah, well, you shouldn't do that.
I don't know. I just tried to take a pragmatic approach to it. I don't want to haggle, man. Clearly, if
you don't want to haggle, just list everything for $1.
Oh God, that's not going to help me. I still got to raise enough funds to get my own place.
Well,
I can't be like certain people and steal money to get my own place. So.
And yes, we did meet up. We managed. I did manage to meet him. We met both him and his wife, and we had breakfast. But then
he immediately threw it up.
Yeah. He did.
That was a joke. Did he really?
No. Well, he was sick to his stomach afterwards, and stayed that way for the remainder of the time that he was in Nashville. In fact, so he got to spend 2 days in Nashville enjoying the view of the interior of his hotel room. And so, which really sucked. His wife was fine the whole time. I mean, it wasn't the food at the restaurant or anything, unless he just got the one bad piece of food. And no, I don't need a roommate. I think it's Danny that might need a roommate.
No, I don't need a roommate. I need to rent a room.
Did
preferably
you click away again? Stop clicking on things.
I don't need a roommate. I need to rent a room, preferably here in Vegas, because I finally got my MRI set up surprisingly fast. On the 9th, I get my MRI. On the 19th, I go to the orthopedic doctor, and that's when I find out my surgery date for the hip. So, yeah, I got to get these surgeries done before I get out of Vegas. So,
but then you need to get the hell out of Vegas.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry about that. I will, especially because I don't want to get into it. Never mind. Anyway.
Yeah. Don't need to free the tortoise. Jason is allergic to salty. Yeah, he might be. That might be the problem.
Release the Kraken. I'm gonna start saying that instead of the tortoise. That way you get a visual of tentacles and shit coming out of my butthole.
It's too late. It's just the tortoise.
Okay. Fine.
You can't get anything cool and awesome and scary. It's just the tortoise. And it's probably one of those stupid tortoises too. But anyway, so. Let's talk about Bastille Day. As your mom heads off to Bible study after you just finished dissing religion a minute ago.
I didn't diss religion.
You're one of those.
How did I diss religion?
What is with you and robotizing? Did you click away again? Did you?
Today's show brought to you by T Maybe, and we have a super tip.
And yes, ignored on Skype. Which, by the way, you weren't. If you check your Skype, you weren't ignored on Skype. So the original series BSG is coming in 4K in July. Sort of true, but not entirely true. The original movie is coming to 4K in July. The movie that was released in theaters, not the series. And so, which is too bad because it would be really cool. Because I was thinking, wow, that price seems a little low for the whole series, and it's because it is. It's just the movie.
So there was a movie for the original series as well.
Yeah, when they made the original 2-hour pilot of Battlestar Galactica, they made the original. There's the television edit, and then there's a different edit of the 2-hour pilot that actually was released in theaters. And it's a little bit different, and it is it's keep in mind that this was not the days of today where you can get away with, man, you're just going to eat everything on camera today, aren't you? You won't
let me show my camera off on other shows. I'm usually the only one on camera, so whatever.
And you're robotizing again.
Should be.
But the whatchamacallit, the movie was definitely PG rated, while the TV show was more G rated, if that makes sense. So there was like no blood or anything like that in the TV show, but there was in the movie. Like Baltar gets impaled with a sword in the movie. In the TV show, he does not. So that's the differences are just a few, but there are differences. There's like a shot of Dirk Benedict without his shirt on that's in the movie that's not in the TV show, stuff like that. Because wouldn't want to imply naked people.
Can I do a little shameless promotion?
You always do.
Hey everybody, I put the link in the chat to my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I desperately need it. I only have 133 subscribers. Got 877 more to go before I can even think about monetizing it. So,
well, you can think about it.
What's the point? Probably gonna take me a year to get there.
So,
you know what's crazy? Salty Nerd, in like a matter of 3 months, went from like 9,000 to like more subscribers than you have. We gotta do something here. We gotta kick this into high gear. They're like on some weird rocket ship trajectory. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, for one thing, they're riding the hate train. That works really well. And that's something that I don't do very well. And I'm not dissing him for it, but that it works.
First of all, Stan, it's not all wrestling content. I simulcast this stream you're watching right now is also live on my channel, so it's not just wrestling.
Yeah, but that's, well, as far as your channel is concerned, I would probably focus on one type of content. Like if wrestling is your...
I was going to ask somebody about that, actually. So my initial thought process was I'd rather have like just one channel where I can do like different playlists about my different subjects. That way I have all my followers in one place. But I've noticed that other channels, they break it up into separate niche things, but it kind of sucks. Like, for example, the Popcast guys, they have like over 100,000 followers on their what they call their Prime channel, but on their DC channel, they got like 2,000 followers. So I don't know. Like, I don't know what I need to pick people's brains. I need to figure out what really, because I was thinking about that. I was like, maybe I should just get a separate wrestling channel.
Well, keep in mind also, and this is something people
forget. And also, Dork Side of the Ring, I didn't want it to just be wrestling. I wanted it to be pop culture and wrestling. So that was my thought process,
Yeah, but if you're gonna do, because wrestling and pop culture are kind of two different beasts.
Not at all. You know how many wrestlers come out dressed up like video game characters or super, like Sasha Banks has dressed up like Wonder Woman and all kinds of like
You know
Dragon
how
Ball
many
Z
people,
characters.
when they think of wrestling, they think of, you know, video game characters.
You know what? You're just as bad as Sleepy
They
Joe.
think of
I hear Dork Knight calls me Sleepy Joe. Well, Dork Knight, let me tell you, I'm gonna drag your sorry ass back to Scranton and put you to sleep, motherfucker.
You see, the you have to think. Most people, when they think of wrestling, they think of big sweaty people slamming into each other in a ring. They don't think of the characters they're dressed up as they're walking towards the ring.
I mean, they're still dressed that way while they're in the ring. It's not just while they walk to it.
So they're wearing giant cosplays of Super Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong throwing
Dude,
barrels.
Seth Rollins once fought an entire match wearing those silly giant red Super Mario boots that were all the craze on social media a few months ago. I'm not even kidding.
But was he top to bottom? Did he look like a giant Super Mario, or was he just wearing?
No. But those fools in AEW do that crap. I mean, like one time, like they came out as the Ghostbusters, and one dude was literally in the blow up Stay Puft Marshmallow Man suit and wrestled in it the whole time. I mean, I don't like that. But you know, some people like Simon Miller calls that goofy wrestling for life.
You know, it sounds like it.
Yeah, but anyway.
And also remember, number of subscribers means nothing. It's number of views is what matters.
I have a ton of views and hours watched, mostly thanks to you in the Simul stream. But I don't. You have to have 1,000 subscribers before I can. I need to get with Jason because Stream Elements. There's no threshold.
But as long as you're slowly gaining subscribers, you'll eventually hit that 1,000 subscriber threshold.
Oh.
But the important thing is that because if you're not getting views, getting 1,000 subscribers is meaningless.
No, I'm getting views. I need to do more. I need to do more frequent content where it's just me.
Okay.
Like for the first time ever, last Sunday, I did an entire stream by myself. It only went about an hour, 20 hour, 30 minutes, but I was actually really proud of myself because there was no dead air. I was doing well, but you know, I was talking about wrestling, something I'm passionate about, know a lot about.
I only fell asleep a couple times listening to it.
I couldn't make it to the 2 hour mark, but I felt like I did pretty good and I get better at it. So I just need more practice.
Well, you don't need to make it to the 2 hour mark. You just need to cover your material.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm so used to the way they did it at PCM. It's just like, it's got to be 2 hours, you know.
Well, this is your show. They were trying to fill a time slot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You're not. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. You know, right now, don't worry about the number of subscribers you get. Just worry about, you know, becoming more comfortable doing your live streams and you know, putting material together, being professional on screen, like not eating your meals on screen and stuff like that's going to help.
Wow. Okay. My bad.
You know, I'm just saying.
I tried to turn my camera off.
Let
me ask you something. You ever watch Midnight's Edge? I tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen anybody's face on that show. Seriously.
Yeah, they're the exception.
And Midnight's Edge is huge. They're huge. Never seen any of their faces. It's little icons.
One of the early adopters of the hate train fandom menace thing, and you know that's when they grew. Doomcock, he never shows his face. Right?
Well, but at least like he's on camera. I mean, sometimes
he's only on camera in his edited videos generally.
So here's what I'll do then. I'm gonna do Doomcock. I'm gonna start doing all my wrestling videos wearing my Mankind mask. What I'm gonna do.
Well, you need to come up with your own mask, not wear someone else's.
Where's the fun in that?
Well, you don't want Mankind to turn around and sue you if you become successful, now do you? Which he could do. It's a little thing called identity theft.
Mick Foley seems like a nice guy. Well, first of all, they know it's the Dork Knight pretending to be Mankind. But anyway, let's get off this wrestling talk because you're just going to talk down to me like I do when you talk about God. So let's move on.
All right. So No, but I'm trying to offer you serious advice. Is that you should work on just developing your comfort level online, your professionalism online, and you'll get there. Don't panic about the number of subscribers when you're not even sure where you're going to be living in a few weeks.
Well, throw that out on Front Street. Hey, check that out. Look, as a matter of fact, Martin Devon, I have Mr. Sacco right here. Sacco! But I won't do that to...
I have no idea
Mike.
what that's a reference to. And
Mankind. He keeps a sock in his jock strap, and then he pulls it out at the end of the match, and he puts it on, and he's like, "It's time for Mr. Sacco!" And then he sticks it in their mouth, which is really disgusting because he just literally pulled it out of his crotch. So, anyway.
Really, that's the kind of thing you find entertaining?
I'm just catering to your audience. Martin Devon brought it up. Anyway, I guess now that we've talked about our week, you really didn't talk about your week so much, but yeah, let's get to this.
So, speaking of getting drunk, I think I need to. So
don't do that to me right now, man. It's like,
so Colonel Ty is measuring his booze out, and they discover that that the ice moon that they found is full of salt water. So that's a problem. But the ice is pure water, so they can melt the ice and use that to get all the water they need now that they've repaired the water tanks on Galactica. So the salute, but they need 1,000 able-bodied men to do all the ice work, and it's gonna be dangerous work. And so they decide, hey, you know what the best solution here is? Not the tens of thousands of trained able-bodied people on Galactica. Nope, we're going to get 1,000 people from the prison ship.
Wow, I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You're a bleeding heart liberal. You sound just like her. You do realize we do this today,
like her?
And we've done it for no. Prisoners have always done "quote unquote" slave labor, whether they're working a rock quarry, whether they're making license plates, whether they're
First of all, prisoners working in rock quarries is kind of an outdated stereotype.
No, I'm saying over time. Okay, like that's why I included the license plates.
Look, I don't have a problem with having prisoners work their penance, so to speak. That's not my issue. My issue is that if they have all the thermal equipment and stuff that they need aboard Galactica, which clearly they do, because they take the equipment down to get the water, then Galactica probably has the trained personnel on board to extract the water.
Hey, Real Way Nation, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining. Spread the word.
And the crew of Galactica is many thousands of people. I think they said something like 10,000 people on Galactica. So if there's 10,000 people on Galactica, why do you need 1,000 unskilled prisoners to replace 1,000 skilled workers?
They're expendable. They're expendable. Let me repeat that. They're expendable. Nobody cares if those people.
Beings. At this point, no human being
disagree. Let's move on.
Okay. First of all, you're increasing your chance of failure by taking unskilled labor.
Hey, good evening, Alex Moore. Thanks for joining the party.
Yeah.
There's a reason they call this Nerdfights. Like he and I are already into it. So,
I mean, I just think they could have written a better reason why they needed the prisoners to do it.
I disagree. It made so I watched it for a second time today to get a refresher.
And they never say, you know what, we just don't want to risk Galactica's personnel. They just say, okay, what's our best solution for these 1,000 people?
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Whether this happened or not, that dude was going to, the guy from the original the original Apollo. They were already planning that prison break, right?
Oh yeah,
that was already in the works. It just happened to be a happy coincidence that they,
they were just waiting for the opportunity, and the opportunity came up when they came over to talk to them about melting the water.
Yeah.
But I think that I think the idea that you're going to and 47 Yorktown, I don't know, is Galactica really only 2,900 crewmen? But even if so, that still means that you only need a third.
If you're going to respond to somebody, you got to at least throw it on the screen. Go ahead. Sorry.
But if Galactica's got 2,900 people, then that means that you need a third of Galactica's crew. And
that's too big a risk. I would rather pick the prisoners, throw them out there, earn some credits towards your freedom. I mean, I just hope none of them are murderers and rapists. I hope they were just all low-level thugs and thieves and shit like that. But
Tom Zarek is one of the biggest terror. He's like the Unabomber, for Christ's sake.
Really? Because the way Lee talked about him in that one scene,
he was convicted.
Almost seemed like he had like hero worship syndrome or something.
He appreciated his beliefs, but they talked about the reason he was in jail is because he blew up a government building.
Yeah, look at Egypt. Look at Rome. Look at America. You don't even have to go that far back. Just look at America. Anyway, sorry.
So now you're defending slave labor?
Not at all. I'm just stating fact. I'm agreeing with someone who is stating facts. Sorry if facts get in the way of your narrative, but they're facts. You can't dispute them.
I'm not suggesting that. And by the way, Stanley, just to clarify, by definition, all terrorism is political. So political terrorist is a redundant statement. But that
was good. That's the tweet of the day. Somebody tweet that out.
What?
Political terrorist is a redundant statement. Put it in quotes and then put by Salty Trekker. Put that out on Twitter. That's great. This is why you're not on Twitter, isn't it? Your hot takes are just too hot. You can't take the heat.
No, Twitter is just where the intellect goes to die. Anyway, I just don't. And it's not the slave labor angle that bothers me. I know that's what Laura Roslin was like. Oh, they're not slaves. They're not slaves. They're not slaves. I have no problem. Adama's rationale that these people were sentenced to hard labor, and this is certainly hard labor. Okay, fine, but these are unskilled workers that you're asking to do. I mean, this would be like if you went to San Quentin and grabbed 1,000 random people and said, now go up to Alaska and build a pipeline. They don't know what the heck they're doing.
I'm sure there's going to be somebody on the line giving them instructions. And since they're slaves, if they screw up, they're going to get whipped or beaten.
They're not, dude. The president already made it clear they're not slaves and they're not going to be treated
tomato. I mean, whatever she's got to tell herself to sleep at night. No, it's slave labor. That's what it is. Like, they getting paid? No. Do they want to do it? No.
And I'm sorry, but to the kind of work they're talking about is not unskilled labor.
They're talking about mining ice, for Christ's sake. I could probably anybody could figure that out in a few minutes.
So you could operate their thermal packs, and
you give me a crash course, which I'm sure they were gonna do. I'm not a stupid dude. I mean, well, you know what? They got caught, so maybe they're all stupid. I don't know.
Whatever. All right. So
may I say, since watching this, I think I already brought this up before. I watched because my youngest son hadn't seen it, and I was on this big kick with Super Ted.
So Joe Biden, thank you so much, says, I'm glad you dumped that one Canadian guy. Go Vegas Yellow Knights. Hail Caroga.
First of all, it's Golden Knights, and we're the Western Conference champions, so suck it.
Go Vegas Yellow Knights. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
You know what? When we win the Stanley Cup Finals, I'm gonna just
when
bask
you win,
in it.
It'll be a cold day in hell. And number 22. Here you go. Yes, Joe Biden loves that. So, you all right there?
What the hell was that?
Yes.
That was weird.
Hypnotized by Ryan Johnson's face. All right, so Billy, Apollo, and Dwala go on over to and Callie, because Callie is the one person who actually knows how the thermal equipment works, so somehow, I love that they did throw that line in there. Like Adam was like, "Well, I want one of my people there just to make sure they know how to use the equipment." It's like, how are you going to find 1,000 people out of 1,500 prisoners that know how to use?
The point is Adam is sending his guy over to train these people, because a fracking monkey could probably do it with the right amount of training. Come on. You're talking about mining ice. Look, how hard is that? How hard can that be? I wish Alex just quit his job, the lucky effer, because they've been making enough money. That was their goal. And everybody's trying to, get to where they can sustain off the thing. But that's what he did for a living. He was a miner. I would love to get his take on this. Because he could be like, "No, Danny, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're stupid. It's hard." Or he might be like, "Yeah, you're right, man. There's people that haven't even had their GEDs that work in the mines with me." I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. But that would be a great question for Alex, the salty nerd. Alex. I didn't pimp him. I didn't say the web address like I used to. You get mad at me about that. You know what I will say? If you go to supportsalty.com, you can watch the unedited entire reaction video of us watching this in real time. That's supportsalty.com.
It should be by the end of the night.
You're not supposed to say that part, man. I'm trying to help pimp you out. You get mad at me when I pimp out other people. Then I pimp you out and you totally knock the chair out from under me. That's fine. Whatever.
It's a minor or minor. Well, with him, it's hard to tell.
The second, the latter, not the former. But thank you, Thomas Potts.
All right. So we have... so they show up at the prison barge, and Adama gives Apollo, I should say, gives his speech. There it is, telling them that, hey, you can all get freedom credits or freedom points if you just help us with this project to get the ice.
Freedom, I won't let
and then they open up all the doors, and nobody steps out.
Got to give what you take. Yeah, freedom. Oh, sorry.
You just can't take anything seriously, can you? You okay?
No, I'm fine. I take life seriously. I'm here to escape from all the serious BS I'm going through.
Okay.
Trying to have fun. Sorry. Also, I haven't had a drink in like 2 weeks, so there's that.
So you're singing?
Never mind. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just So they all stay in their cages, and they're like, and then we get Tom Zarek kind of steps out being all badass right here. And now, of course, for you, this is just some guy, but for all the fans of TOS, this was a huge moment, because that's Richard Hatch, who played Apollo in the original series. And so and I'll tell you the best part.
Stanley, I think you're right. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're doing that on the Strip too. I think they're closing down the Strip and making a track out of it. But let me know. I don't really follow Formula One, so let me know. Sorry. Trying to interact with the chat since everybody gets mad at you for ignoring them. But continue.
Well, because we're supposed to be talking about the episode.
But you're also supposed to make the people happy, That way they come back. People like to be acknowledged. Acknowledge me. I'm just kidding. You don't get the reference. It's a wrestling thing. Anyway, go ahead. Oh, shit. Stanley says, yeah, and at night. See, I might actually watch that. That'd be cool. Formula One on the strip at night with all the neon lights. That could be cool.
I just watch it just to see one of those cars crash into one of the casinos and doing carnage.
Well, the real question is, are they doing that before or after they demolish the Tropicana? Which I'm still like, I can't. Vegas. I really hate how they do that. It's just like they don't believe in. Exactly. It's not a normal stream if it doesn't go off topic. I mean, come on, man. Like, you know?
No good, I can't maneuver.
Stay on target.
We're too close.
Stay on target.
I didn't even do that one. Jason.
Are we doing ASMR now?
We just need Jason back.
We do.
He
keeps the show mostly on the rails.
Well, more on the rails.
Yeah.
So he says we respectfully decline, and the big da. Meanwhile, on Caprica, also known as Vancouver, BC, with a very bright filter on, because I guess that's supposed to mean radiation, is if you have a bright orange filter over the camera lens.
Is that what they were going for here? And
I think
just
so.
Walking around in it. Okay.
Well, they are shooting themselves up with anti-radiation meds. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you catch that? Every now and then they're injecting themselves with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, so it's still just floating about, and that's why it's like this high overexposed filter thing going on here.
Right. So it's like, oh yeah, the radiation levels are kind of high, so shoot yourself up. And so they're wandering around, they see some rats, and then
can you move us to the bottom so I can see all of her face?
No.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
You're lucky I don't cover her completely with just your face, just to make it even just an abomination.
You're right, I am. Thank you.
Yeah. So then we find out that this is kind of the big reveal that Sharon on the planet is in on it, because here, as they're walking away, Doral is saying to Six, "Oh yeah, she's good, isn't she?" So this is all part of the plan.
So she's like Jane Bond, so she doesn't care about that guy. She's just banging that guy as part of the mission. That's sad. That poor guy's probably fallen in love with her.
Well, you like banging, right?
No, it's depressing now. It's been like a couple weeks.
Okay, so I'll remember that for when the presidents are talking to you. Is it just because you banged Hillary Clinton, so it's depressing to you now? Ever since you banged Hillary, that
look.
Remember in the last video,
Bill won't even bang. Yeah, I mean, I know what kind of BS you said, but that doesn't make it true.
I didn't say anything.
Bill won't even bang Hillary. Come on, you think I'm
you and Hillary? I mean, that's a weird thing, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you saw in her.
I don't know what you're talking. First of all, Hillary Clinton is a vile, disgusting human. I don't like her. She's a deplorable, to use one of her terms. Don't get me started on this right now. Come on, man.
No, I'm sorry. No, she was just wiping her hard drives one day, shaking her little butt. And,
I disagree, Martin. I'd cover her face with the flag and I'd bang her for Old Glory. I've censored myself there.
Wow,
that's an old joke. Anyway. Anyways, let's continue.
So he decides to talk to Zarek, so we get Apollo and Apollo.
Sorry.
You guys,
I like Martin. Do you subscribe to my channel? Because like you're hilarious, bro. You need to subscribe to my channel. We'll just have a disgusting stream.
The bang cat. You can just talk about who would you bang. You know, that'll be the name of your show. Would you bang?
Hey man, anything is better than my right hand. It's cramping. It's been terrible. These last 2.5 weeks have been terrible.
You know, TMI. Right hand cramps and freeing the tortoise. We do not need to know.
Oh, thank you, Martin. He is subscribed.
Oh, there you go. Birds. Chelsea.
I disagree. She's got a weird looking face. I'm all about the face. I mean, if you got a pretty face, that's enough for me to start with. You know, I mean, you got to have a pretty face. You could be the hottest woman on earth, but if you got a busted face or a busted grill, I can't.
You can't be the hottest woman on earth if you have a busted face.
Chelsea is not the hottest woman on earth. She's definitely
yes, I know, but I'm just saying it's not even possible to be the hottest woman on earth if you have a busted face. Bird saying that Chelsea is very, I don't even get that, but you know,
I don't either.
You know,
so may we continue.
Granted, Bird thinks that clean women are hot, so.
Well, it depends. You know that one from Undiscovered Country that Scotty had a drink with at the end?
No, Bird thinks all Klingon women are hot.
Nah, I can't go that far. No.
Bird thinks Klingon men are hot.
Although that one chick from TNG that was into Worf for a little bit, she was hot.
She was only like half Klingon or something.
Is that why? Ah, okay. All right. I need me a little hybrid. There we go.
Anyway, so Apollo and Apollo are talking, and this is where they're talking about his college days. He read his book.
Yeah, and I'm glad to hear it was a hit on campus. You weren't. It was banned. I read it anyway. This is why I thought, like, maybe there's a little hero worship here. Maybe he really, like, he seems to he followed this guy for a while and admired him in some kind of way, you know?
Right. Well, he admired his beliefs, but obviously he didn't think.
Especially, like, at the end when he, like, agrees with him. He's like, you're right. I agree with you. It keeps him from getting killed by Starbuck. I mean, spoilers. I guess we'll get there. But like, it's just like this whole arc between the two of them, this episode, I don't know. My takeaway from it was Lee really kind of looked up to this guy. And I don't know if they were doing that to play into the fact that this guy was the original Lee in the original series, or if, you know what I mean? So, but right. that was kind of my take. And as someone who hadn't seen the original series and wouldn't know had you not told me, my takeaway would be the same. It seemed like this was somebody he looked up to for a while and kind of sympathized with, you know.
Right. And what I think he looked up to him just because, you know, think about some kid in college reading some crazy ideologue's writings that just sounds good. It's radical, but it's, you know, kids tend to read radical writings and think, oh, that makes sense. How many kids on college campuses today will read the works of Karl Marx and say, yeah, that makes sense? You know?
Look, don't even talk to me about kids today. But my point is that if the guy was really a psycho at the end, when he was given the choice, I don't think he would have agreed with Lee. I think he would have been like, no, make me a martyr, dude. You know, like, that's what a crazy person would do, you know? Oh my, never mind. Look at that. That's a sexy little teddy she's wearing.
You okay?
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Put it away. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God. This is why I use the I love this scene. So I use it as a thumbnail. She's such a dick, but a badass at the same time.
Yeah, so she. So meanwhile, since Apollo is off trying to recruit the prisoners, she's in charge of the flight detail, and so
I can't believe she of all people's bitching at them about coming in hot. You know what I mean? It's like that's what this whole thing was.
Well, about. But the thing is, he's coming in so hot that he's actually damaging the landing pad. Which keep in mind. It's not like they have an infinite supply of spare parts.
Right.
So, you know, so she's just have to get on him about that. So, at
the end of this scene with her and Ty is hilarious. I love it. She's like,
well, yeah. Now this kid here,
He looks familiar. Is that like one of the Culkins or something? He looks really familiar. I've seen him in something else. Okay.
I do know that his, his character's name is Boxy.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this episode is the last time you see him in this series. You might see him like in the background one or two more episodes, but this is the last time he really has a major speaking role when he tells off Colonel Ty here. But Boxy is a major cast member throughout the original series, and he's like Jar Jar Binks times Wesley Crusher.
Yeah, I think I've heard you say that before.
Yes, he's very annoying.
Or maybe it was during our watch along, which, by the way, you can enjoy if you go to supportsalty.com and join the second tier or higher of his Patreon. That's supportsalty.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, if only you could, be so enthusiastic when you're on other people's live streams without getting kicked off their live streams. And
whose live stream did I get kicked off of?
I don't know. Haven't you been kicked off a bunch of live streams? I thought you were.
No. No.
Okay.
But I have pimped you on other shows, man.
Okay.
Because anytime, especially at the end, when everybody's, hey, so what are you up to? Well, every Wednesday and Thursday, I do, the Nerdfights on the Salty Trekker channel. And if you want to learn more, go to supportsalty.com. I've done that at least 3 times since you got the domain name on different channels.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Dude, you don't have to take my word for it. It's on the internet. You want me to hunt down the video for you? Oh, this is part of like where she's like smells the booze on him. She's like,
yeah. Speaking of thirsty, glad to see you found a way to quench your thirst.
Yeah. And then later she comes to his quarters with a flask, but it's got water in it. That's so shitty. He's like, what is this, water?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. There's plenty more where that came from. It's like, which I didn't think there was, but okay.
Well, remember, that's after they were mining the water.
Yeah.
I think the whole point of that scene was to show you that time has passed and they've gotten the water.
They got the water. Okay.
Yeah. And so now this is after the coup takes place. So so Tom Zarek has actually secretly organized all the prisoners so that they could take over the ship. And now all the colonial personnel that came over are now hostages. And he starts broadcasting to the fleet about how Laura Roslin's regime is illegal, blah, blah, blah. Has just used the replicator, damn it.
This isn't Star Trek, yo.
Well, obviously you didn't watch the video, so that's what Picard said to do.
Yeah, but this isn't Star Trek. So
yeah.
That would be like Picard telling Han Solo to just use the transporter. Doesn't work that way. It's just like they don't have them.
Why do you keep calling it proton torpedoes, you idiot? All right. So, Boxy was the first Kurogan miner. If only that were true. Well, maybe in this one it's true because he just kind of disappears one day. So Boxy just kind of ended up in the mines.
Do you think any of our viewers would be interested?
Did you click away again? Because you went robot.
Sorry. Yes, I did. Just so I could. Do you think any of our viewers would be interested? Because I didn't put these up for shipping, but I would do it for our viewers. I have new in the box, mint condition, Star Trek The Original Series, Mr. Spock action figure, Diamond Select collectible. I have a Diamond Select Marvel Spider-Man, new in the box, mint condition. I have a DC Collectibles Batman Black and White Greg Capullo Joker statue, and the DC Collectibles Batman Black and White Zombie Batman, which was limited to 5,000, and I have number 4,568. All for very, very low prices. If anybody here is interested in any of those, I can show you the pictures and stuff, and we can work out shipping if you want.
You know, that's what eBay's for, dude.
I don't like eBay. I refuse to use eBay. eBay's like, no. eBay's like, I might as well just
You
give my shit
probably
away
would
if I
have
use
sold
eBay.
all your stuff already if you would just use eBay.
Yeah, and I would have made $1. Like, eBay can suck it. Like, you know.
eBay doesn't take that much. I've used eBay.
Yeah, they do. That and okay, you can't use PayPal with eBay anymore. And not to get all TMI, you have to use a bank account, and I don't have a bank account. I use PayPal and Cash App, and that's it. My bank account left 2.5 weeks ago.
What are you talking about? I use PayPal with eBay.
I don't think you can anymore, dude. Like, no. I tried to. They keep making me set up a bank account, so I said, screw this, I'm not doing this. On top of raising all their fees. Yeah, see, Stanley knows what's up. You know,
well, I'm not saying they don't take anything.
You know what? Martin's my spirit animal. The more and more he comments, the more I like this guy. You see that? Sheldon ain't got nothing on me. That's right. That and I'm real. He's fictitious.
I don't even know what you mean.
From the Big Bang Theory, Sheldon? Never mind.
What, you mean as far as just being a dick? Yeah, I'll give you that.
You know, I'm trying really hard.
Well, I mean, that's what you mean.
Stanley, if you're lucky, $50. If you're lucky.
No, more like 75. I've sold comic books on eBay.
Well, I never got to. My entire life's collection was stolen by scumbags. Have I ever shared that video with you where I was on the news?
Yes, you have.
Okay, sorry.
Stop it. All right. So anyway, meanwhile,
Baltar. I love how this actor is. His face, it's just like a dead giveaway. He's like, look at his eyes. He's just like, I'm out of my element. I don't know what the frack I'm talking about, and I'm gonna get caught any moment. Yet nobody it's so funny. Every time I think Adama is gonna be like, you're full of shit, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna double down and give you more stuff. You know what I mean? It's like it's weird.
Well, but there's also, I mean, at the same time, you can kind of see on his face, okay, I'm not looking at the really beautiful blonde that's right next to me.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's why he's got the bug eyes. He's like, I'm just gonna stare at Adama. Don't look at this. Yeah.
And don't make him notice the big bulge in my pants, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Six is trying to convince him to talk to Adama and say, okay, here, you know.
What does Six want with the? Don't tell me. Never mind. I'm sure it's gonna.
You see, there you go, asking questions you don't want the answer to.
That's why I stopped myself. Okay.
But yeah, so Six has him ask for a nuclear warhead.
Oh my God! I would do anything that woman asked of me. Oh my God! Look at her. How did I miss this? This is 20. I would have been in my 20s. That would have been the perfect time to watch this. What the? Oh God! Mr. Sacco again. Sacco! But I'm gonna use him for something else. Hold up.
No. You know what, dude? Stop. Just stop.
I'm just pandering to your audience. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway. So again, he's trying not to think about what's going on, but he does manage to get out that he needs the nuclear warhead, and then he figures out why he needs the nuclear warhead, because Cylon blood or Cylon cells are susceptible.
Okay, is this real, or is this him just making some stuff?
No,
up?
remember in the mini series, the Cylons, because of the radiation in the nebula, got sick.
So wait, is he going to dumb luck his way into making a detector whilst also helping Trisha Six with whatever nefarious plan she has? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Sorry. I'm like, I should be able to ask these questions. I forget you've seen it, so it's just, it's part of the fun of watching a show like this is theorizing and asking those questions, and it's just,
Now, the interesting thing, I mean, this is where, like, I got to give Edward James almost some credit, is that he does a really good job at acting like she is not in the room.
Well, he's probably used to that.
What, acting like the woman's not in the room?
Well, I mean, he's probably been ignored by so many women in his life. He was probably eager for the opportunity to ignore a beautiful woman for once.
Wow. You are just a jerk.
Wow.
So there you go. Danny, officially the biggest jerk on campus today.
I miss Jason.
And yeah, Martin, I know that the character of Adama can't see her, but Edward James almost can.
Yes.
I mean, she's walking all around the room with him.
I miss you, Jason. If you're watching, I miss you. If you watch this later, just know I miss you. I wish you were here. So.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I do.
He doesn't miss you at all. He said just before we went on, man, I hope Jason never comes back.
That is so not true. If anything, I think Jason and I should just hijack your channel. Ooh, he's got access now. Ooh.
I can take that away.
I'm just kidding.
And there's that.
Yeah, I know. She got a little, like, she was like the scariest I've ever seen her in this episode. She yells at him like 2 or 3 times.
Right, but this was just like because he didn't want to say it. So she's you are going to say it. But I love that he screams and drops the glass, like
Yeah.
It's like, oh, sorry, haven't gotten any sleep.
That look.
Yeah, he's like, okay, the entire the life of all of humanity depends on this guy, and he is crazy.
Yeah. I don't think I'm supposed to have more than one of these a day. This is like my 3rd one.
I don't know what this is.
It's Fuel Up, Play.
That still doesn't tell me what it is.
Okay, don't worry about it. I don't want to get into a pitch, Anyway.
What is it, like some energy drink or something?
Probably. It's they're the sponsor of the former wrestling show that I had, so but they gave me stuff, so I'm going to just keep drinking it.
So now you're pimping people that you're not even affiliated with anymore.
I'm not pimping them. I didn't tell you like where to go to buy it or anything. If I was still affiliated with them, I would, because I used to make a nickel off of every little package sold, but that's about it.
So is it energy drink kind of stuff?
It's hydration, concentration, vitamins. Like the morning one, Wake, is more of an energy. This is supposed to help me with my concentration, which is why I've been chugging it, so I could focus more and not derail so much.
I don't think if you OD on concentration juice, it's going to help you concentrate, just so you know.
Okay.
And that stuff is pretty much snake oil. I mean, that's just saying. There's no such thing as magic concentration juice.
That's funny because, like, I was talking to them about, sponsoring your show, but if you're not into it, that's fine.
Yeah, if they want to sponsor the show, I'll give it a try, but I'm going to be honest. But I have trouble with my concentration, so if I don't see an improvement, I'll say, like, well, I tried it, didn't help, but hey, they're paying for it. All right, so this is where Adama and Zarek are confronting each other again. This time he's like, oh, I thought you believed in me. And he's like, yeah, that's before you beat the crap out of me, you jerk.
No, I think his exact line was, that was before you took hostages.
Well, he said resorted to violence and took hostages.
Hostages, yeah.
But I mean, look at him. He should just say that's before you beat the crap out of me. I mean, that's...
Hey, Ariel's in the house. Magic concentration juice. Is that the stuff you're using, Danny? Clearly not, because I still went like, ooh, look, a squirrel. So, it's not working yet.
It's definitely not working. I I can vouch for that.
I think the trick is you have to not drink a lot in one day like I was trying. You have to drink it over time, and then
Right.
it's snake oil, just like
So
you said. Anyway.
like when they say, okay, it takes 6 weeks to work, you can't drink 6 weeks worth in one day.
Yeah. When I first got it, because it's a powder, I was like, oh, wow, what am I supposed to snort this? But that was a terrible idea. Terrible, terrible idea. Don't do that.
That didn't work out too good.
Public service announcement. Do not snort Fuel Up. It's not what it was intended for.
So
those eyes, this guy, I got to give it to this guy. He's really good at making those bug eyes, man. Like.
Oh, Baltar,
Yeah. Oh, God. Look at that.
Okay, dude, you're really creeping me out with that.
Hey, man, this is like a character. I'm just playing a part.
No, I don't think it is. I think you're.
It's been a while, man. Sorry.
Hasn't been that long, dude. You make it sound like
for me, 2.5 weeks. It might as well be a year.
You know what? It might be a year, so get over it.
Ooh, that's a good question. I haven't, but I had a friend who used to work for one of those services, and they actually hook you up with an IV. I'm not kidding. They had to get some kind of, I don't know if it was RN certification. They had to get some kind of certification because they literally hook you up to an IV of some hangover cure. I never personally tried it, but I literally had a friend who worked for that service, and she'd go to all these high rollers hotel rooms and
And Tim, how you doing, buddy? I know it's been a rough time for you, but good to see you. And yes, Apollo versus Apollo. This is the first Apollo versus Apollo.
Is this the scene where? Yeah.
Yeah, this is where
Ty's like, shut it down. That shit was cute when we were going to be a museum, but it ain't cute no more. Yeah.
And this is Ty being the most XO-y of, he is a badass right here.
Yeah.
He is not right here. I really liked his character because it's yeah, we know he's the drunk. We know that nobody respects him. But when he comes in and he's like, no, look, we're not joking around anymore. This isn't a museum. I'm not just the drunk XO. We're at war. This is a military unit. Put an end to it.
Well, what do you think, Stanley? I think Ty could use this service. And I do agree with you. That's why they do the IV but yeah, anyway.
No, I think Ty needs more than that.
Yeah, he needs a stint in rehab.
Yeah.
West Care here in Vegas.
Yeah. The Betty
Don't
Ford
ask me how I know. No, just no. That's
the Colonel Ty clinic.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Wait till we get to the episode Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down, then you're going to really see how far down that rabbit hole goes.
Well, I'd love to, but we're waiting on Jason to get back. Hopefully, whatever food poisoning he got in Florida doesn't kill him, because then I'll never get to finish the show.
That's a morbid thought. Thanks for... Stanley, can we stop talking about hangover cures, please? We're not here to talk about hangover cures. For one thing, nobody's hungover.
I don't know. I can't tell if Ariel is being serious or not. That's because I'm gullible. Speaking of gullible, it's a true story. Several years ago, I was at a bar, karaoke. I might have had a few drinks. And my buddy goes, "Hey, Danny." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you hear they announced on the news yesterday they took the word gullible out of the dictionary?" And without missing a beat, my dumb ass went, "Really?" And then the whole bar laughed at me. And I was like, "Oh, touche. Well played, sir. Well played."
And Jim's Landscaping LLC, #1 Commodore Productions, is in the house. Remember, folks, if you need landscaping done anywhere in the world, call Jim's Landscaping LLC, #1 Commodore Productions. He will fly out and personally assess your landscaping needs and mow your lawn for free the first 5 times, courtesy of Jim at Jim's Landscaping LLC, #1 Commodore Productions.
GD, Tim, no spoilers. Is he kidding? Is that true? If that really happens, I'm pissed. I'm looking forward to this dude running out of booze and going batshit crazy with the sweats.
First of all, no, that's not a spoiler.
Okay, all right, cool.
Second of all, yeah, Tim. In case you don't know, we do not allow spoilers in the chat.
This is my first watch, guys. This is my first watch, so
yeah,
it's the whole point of this.
Yeah. All right, so. So back to it. Back to the hostage situation. So
well, dear God, now I feel like an asshole. Well, I'm glad you're doing better. I hope, Jesus, take better care of yourself.
You're joking about people's IVs.
Man, I don't know what I don't know. Since Ariel's great. It's actually on my channel, not yours. Or no, I think he's on yours now, or she, or he. I get so confused. I don't know what to call people nowadays. It used to be way easier. Anyway, I appreciate your support.
How about you call Ariel?
Fellow human, Ariel. I'm glad you're doing better. Wow. Those are some bedroom eyes. That was a good pause.
So that's, of course, Dwala talking about...
this is where she finds out that Apollo's the reason she's sitting in that cage. I feel like she takes it pretty well. No, it was Apollo. Apollo's during this conversation.
Billy's the one that likes her, and Billy's the one that recommended her.
I thought during this conversation, Apollo goes, well, the president, had faith in you or something like that. And then she's like, the president doesn't know me. He's like, well, I had faith in you.
It was Billy.
I'm just saying that's what the line was. I just watched this before we went
right,
live,
but she's talking to Billy. She's not talking to Apollo.
Oh, I thought she was talking to Apollo. So okay, never mind.
No, Apollo's upstairs with Tom Zarek.
Okay. Well, good job, Billy. Looks like you're not going to get to hit.
Remember, Billy's had the hots for her this whole time.
Yeah. Well, you ain't going to get to hit it now.
And that's why she's on the mission, because he was trying to get her alone, and in a prison cell.
Oh, well, they got to be in the same cell for that to work. So
yeah, it didn't. He kind of messed that up.
Although there are a bunch of holes there, I guess it's never mind.
Dude, seriously, come on. And don't be popping pills on camera, please.
First of all,
I don't care if it's prescription or whatever.
And it wasn't even like a bad pill, but okay.
I don't care.
Jeez Louise.
Don't do it. Please.
Don't eat. Don't take your medicine. Don't drink. Don't smoke.
You know what I do? If I have to take pills while we're doing a live stream, I turn off my camera.
If I turned off my camera, you'd start yelling at me.
Not if you just did it for a split second to take your pill. You see, now you're just being a jerk about it. Turn your camera back on.
See? You started yelling at me. Turn your camera back on. See?
I didn't yell at you.
Point proven.
But you only turned your camera off out of spite there.
Hey, it wouldn't be Nerdfights if we weren't fighting. So let's carry on, my wayward son.
All right, so...
There'll be peace when we are done.
Anyway, so then you have Mr. Creeper, who's checking out Callie.
This dude, I got some really rapey vibes in this scene. Was not enjoying this scene. It was really creepy.
Right. And Arabic, thank you so much.
Super chat.
The Jolan True Salty, hope you're good. Deftones rock.
It's my favorite band of all time. They do rock. Thank you, Arabic. What?
Not my cup of tea, but that's all right.
Are you? Oh, wow. I'm surprised you even are familiar with Deftones. Are you actually familiar with Deftones?
I don't know all their music, but I recognize a couple of their tunes.
Oh, right on. That you know what? That warms the cockles of my heart. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum. That just made my day, man. I'll behave now.
Sorry, never heard of them. That made you feel better?
Dick.
All right. So yeah. So rapey guy is rapey. Meanwhile, you have Starbuck and the Marines getting ready to go. Now, I didn't like that Starbuck just happens to be the best shot sniper in as well as the best.
Does that not track with the original series? Because they talked about it in the meeting room.
Starbuck and Apollo were both the best at everything in the original, but they were also kind of Mary Sue-y. And in this, I just didn't think that was necessary to make her the best sniper as well as.
I just like to see before this where at first Ty's like, no, you can't go, and then the Adama's like, yeah, we only have so many Marines, and then she's like, not only am I the best pilot, I'm the best shot you have, and then Ty's like, well, damn, she's not wrong. I just like the fact that he had to like agree with her, even though he really didn't.
Right, but the problem is like people are mentioning some of the stuff she does throughout the series, which you don't know about some of it yet. But don't try not to throw some of that stuff in the chat, please. But she's the best at a lot of things, and so she is borderline Mary Sue territory.
If she was a dude, would she be a Mary? Like, that's what I'm asking. Like, Starbuck in the original series, was he like whatever the male equivalent of a Mary Sue is?
I said Starbuck and Apollo both were in the original series.
Okay,
but I was one of the big problems in the original series. Everybody was perfect, which we'll get to when we watch it.
Okay.
Anyway, so meanwhile, they're continuing their conversation about political ethics and whether or not Laura Rosling's was duly elected, even though she was fair. She was legally sworn in.
She was legally sworn in, and that's why I like the ending. Well, and I guess we'll talk about when we get, where he's holding the gun to his head, and it's like, I agree with you. I really like that scene a lot. Actually,
are you not paying attention to the video that I played at the beginning, or I played that clip?
Don't you remember?
I thought it was
no.
pretty good.
I told you to put. Well, I'll go back and watch it. My God, man.
Jeez, I put a lot of work into that. Some people don't appreciate it.
If there's not a body slam or a rock bottom, I mean,
see, that's the problem. That's what. Why are you even here if all you care about is wrestling? That's what I don't understand. Why are you even here?
It's not all I care about. I'm a sci-fi junkie.
Arabic says, which series do I like more, this one or the original? I have a tough time with that because I'm nostalgic for the original, but this one I think is better made.
Well, it's also 20, 30 years later, I mean,
right. But this one also, like, the original doesn't complete the story. The original tells just part of the story. This one tells the whole story. So I probably
was the original like canceled early. Is that why, or did they?
Yeah, it only lasted one season.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's not their fault,
Yeah. And so that's a big problem. All right, so now we have the actual, I do like this. So this was a great conversation it's kind of funny. It's kind of like Kirk and Khan. Commander Adama and Tom Zarek never face each other. Never even see each other on a view screen. They talk to each other on a phone, But just that one scene where he's like, the hostages are unharmed, good, because that would have tragic consequences. I just love that. It's like,
and he says it all like calm and matter of fact.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to blow up your ship.
Tragic consequences. Yeah.
And so, meanwhile. And Lee also figures out that for some reason, Tom Zarek wants them to storm the ship. Yeah, but he hasn't figured out why yet.
For some reason, I just remembered this. Side note, because we simul stream. I wonder, did you have the same issue? Your intro from last week's show, I got a copyright claim. And I had to clip it out, and it was the countdown. So that's why I didn't mind clipping it out. But something from the countdown last week.
Got a
copyright strike.
It's probably the music from it.
Okay.
because
did you get one too, or
no? Because I use music from a music service that I subscribe to.
Well, I'm just simulcasting your thing. So, but anyway, so if you watch last week's video on mine,
the music service.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay,
then they file a copyright claim against you.
Okay,
because that's how they they want you to subscribe to their service.
Gotcha.
Or you can just cut the intro out.
I just cut it out. Yeah. Just
yeah, you'll probably see that each week during the countdown part.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Rapey dude is still Mr. Rapey.
Dude, like, tell me this guy, like, because she gets. Never mind. Well, she ends up in the like.
Well, he attempts to rape her.
Yeah, like hey, trigger warning. Like that's not cool, man. But
well, no, I don't know. It's not. But that's why. I
love how she says he's lucky. Like when they're like he bit his ear off, and she's like, he's lucky that's all I bit off. And the implication there was pretty. Like I'm not gonna say it because I don't want you to get mad at me, but I just like
no. But that's actually I popped self-defense technique.
Yeah, no, I know, but like the way she said that, she made it sound like she was. If it had gotten worse, she'd have bit something else off. A lot worse than an ear. Mm-hmm. Poor thing. I do like her more now. She kind of came off annoying in previous episodes. In this one, like I was like, all right, girl. We see more of her, right? You can answer that. It's not a spoiler.
Callie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You see a bunch of her.
Okay. I'm starting to like her.
Yeah. She'll be on for throughout the series.
Okay.
So then, and then here we got the big confrontation where he gets out the gun.
Oh, this is the scene that I'm talking about earlier, right?
Right. So basically, they hear some shouting from the prison cell. It's because she bit off the dude's ear. And he's about to kill Callie, so Lee grabs one of the guy's guns, shoots the guy before he kills Callie, then points the gun right at Tom Sarek's head and says, "Okay, you want to die?"
Pause. That dude deserved a way more slower, more painful death than just getting shot. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, but he was just trying to prevent Callie. He wasn't trying to hurt him as much as.
I know. I'm just saying, selfishly, right. I would have, sure he got his ear bit off before he got wasted, but I would have preferred he suffered a little bit more. But that's fine. Jesus, Daniel. There's just some things you don't say, man. That's why I didn't say it. I'm not even going to highlight that.
No, yeah. That's why, I didn't even want to acknowledge that.
Dear God, man. Daniel, I love you, bro. And I appreciate you commenting on my videos. And I replied to one of your comments. But, like, come on, man. It's just like, it's that scene from Mallrats. There's just some things you don't say in public, man. Come on.
And it's bad. When
I'm saying that, come on.
Yeah, Daddy's the one saying that.
Good God, man.
That is so funny.
God. I mean, I love you, Daniel, but still, come on, man. Come on.
Well, at least with Klingon foreplay, Martin, there'd be another one left.
See, that was a tactful way of joking about it. That was good. That was good. See, Martin's on fire, man. Shit. Martin's on fire today. Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Some Klingons are like lizards. They'll just eventually grow back,
Oh, how did we get it? No, let's move on. Because I actually really like this scene. This scene right here.
No, this is a great scene. This is one of Lee's best scenes right here.
Oh God, yeah. No, this is a good.
Because
scene.
You think he's just like, okay, I'm going to point this gun and force this guy to capitulate, but he's pointing the gun at him just to get him to listen, to let him know, look, you're right. and he's like, so here's what we're gonna do. On the one hand, we're in a crisis right here and we need your help. So you're going to organize these guys. So you're going to help us. Then we're going to make sure that we have those fair elections that are due.
And then the dude gives him a look like, what? Like, and he's like, yeah, because I agree with you. It's like, right. Wow. And then here in a second, I don't know if, because I know your pausing is not scientific. Lee saves this dude's life from getting killed by Starbuck here in just a second.
Right, because they go into the cell and Starbuck's trying to get a bead on Zarek.
Yeah, right there. You saw the little dot. Yeah. You skipped it already, and he saved him. And this is where he's saying ceasefire. Yeah. This whole scene here was good. Right. I really dug this.
And Starbuck's like, dang it! I want to kill someone.
I want to kill somebody.
And so Lee manages to de-escalate the situation.
So, can I ask you a question? So, I was a little confused. So, it seemed like the president kind of respected what he did, but it seemed like his dad was pissed. Like, he walked out and he kind of I see you chose your side or something like that and walks off.
Right.
Is that playing it? Is that how? Am I reading that right? Is he mad at his kid?
Yeah, he's mad at him because basically what Lee's doing is he's putting the law ahead of security.
Well, I mean,
because Adama's correct when he points out that they just gave a ship to a bunch of hardened criminals.
With no weapons, and don't quote Adama, yeah, the ship is a weapon.
Well, but that's true. They could ram the ship into the Galactica, or they could, one thing that I won't say any details, but if you do a light speed jump too close to something, it can do damage to it.
So, first of all, they're not light speed jumps, right? I thought we talked about, sorry, they're just folding space.
The hyperspace jumps, or whatever they call the FTL jumps. If you do an FTL jump, and
that's why I like that they do call it.
It folds space.
Yeah.
So if it folds space and it's in close proximity to you, guess what it does? It folds whatever is in close proximity to.
See, do they? Ooh, you don't have to answer this. Do they show that? Because that would be cool, to see.
That does happen at least once in the series.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see that. I want to see how they do that. I can't wait. Yeah.
So I won't say under what context or when it happens, so you won't know when it's coming.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But no, just that fact that I know that's coming, I'm excited now.
Yeah, but
that sounded way dirtier than I meant it to. I apologize.
Yeah. So the fact that the ship is, because what they could do is literally fly that ship right next to the Galactica and then jump away, and it would do massive damage to the Galactica.
They could, but I think Lee and
Lee points out that they're dependent on the fleet.
Well, not just that, but I think original Lee, what's his name in this episode? Tom Zarek. I think Lee and Zarek had a moment, and I think they have a mutual, I don't know about respect, but I think Lee, and it could be misplaced, I'll find out later. I think he kind of trusts the guy. I think they have a mutual trust.
Well, I don't know about trust as much as understanding.
Well, Lee saved that dude's life, and I think that dude doesn't take that lightly. You know what I mean? So I think he's going to honor whatever agreement he has with Lee. I could be totally wrong. I haven't seen, I could be totally wrong,
but yeah, so we'll see. So I think that Adama's security concerns are legitimate, but at the same time, like Lee said, he only promised that she would do what was already constitutionally mandated. Mm-hmm. And those people were sentenced. First of all, they were heading to a parole hearing, and they were not sentenced to all be in solitary confinement in tiny wire cages.
Right.
That was, above and beyond what their prison sentence was. So the fact that they're stuck on that ship is kind of punishment enough.
Yeah.
And so I think that the giving them that ship.
And it's not like It's not the Botany Bay loaded with a bunch of super genetic modified
Right.
humans.
These are
They're just
ordinary
regular.
people.
Yeah, they're just ordinary people. Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. I could be
And-
wrong. I think the risk was minimal. I agree with Lee more than I do Adama in this particular instance.
Right. Now, you know, there will be some repercussions of all this later on, but I think ultimately, you know, and I think that the best part of this is that not only was Lee a badass when he pointed the gun at Tom Zarek, he was an absolute badass when he faced down with the president and the Dom, and he said, "Look, if you know we're throwing away the law, then I'm not a captain, you're not a commander, and she's not the president, and I don't owe you an explanation for a thing."
We need to get this clip. This is City Alpha 5. That needs to be a clip we have that I can play, because that's come up at
like
least.
You were trying to sound British.
Whatever.
But you know what I'm saying, though. I think that when Lee told off both his dad and the president in this scene,
I don't think he told him off. I don't think he told him off. He was
Well, he
speaking
let
like
him know. He basically let him know where he was at. You know that look.
Well, yeah, but he's also following. He's following the letter of the law, and without law, what are we? We're
right. All of it is meaningless.
Yeah.
You know what does it mean that she's the president if they're throwing out the Constitution?
Exactly.
You know, what does his military rank mean if there's no military?
Yeah.
And so, you know.
So, I think it's about to come. I like the next where she confides in him that she's got the cancer. Oh, no, this is the water scene. Then we get
So we get this little scene of Dick Cheney. I mean Colonel Ty talking to Starbuck.
Now you got to throw Dick Cheney in one of those funny videos you do.
Yeah, you doing?
I once shot a guy in the face and got away with it.
So you see that you could be saying that right there. You know, Starbuck, right. I shot a guy and walked away from it. Nobody cared.
Made national news and everything.
But so you know, I'm sorry, but she was trying to make a peace offering, but dang, he was just a dick.
He was, yeah. I remember us talking about this on the live stream, which again you guys can watch on supportsalty.com if you want to see the full live reaction of us watching this and discussing it, because there's a lot of funny stuff in there. We regurgitate a little bit of it here, but it's better in its fresh form. What's this? What? I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
Yeah, so Bird thinks that women would volunteer to go to the prison ship. You know, if this were in the United States, yeah, probably. You'd probably get a few volunteers. Anyway. So, but yeah, I think he was a complete dick when he was just like, you know, well, my issues are personal.
No, my favorite was like, and he acted like it was like just water. It's like, I loved his reaction.
Yeah, you'd think it was like really rock gut moonshine, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. And then there's the lucky that's all I bit off.
Yeah, he's lucky that's all I bit off.
Yeah. Which gotta love that. That was a nice little bit from her. And then here's where she talks to Lee.
Yeah.
And basically tells him that she has cancer. And so she might not be you're muted.
So she might not be there in 7 months anyway, you know?
Right.
So
which means that, like, why does she care about the fact that he promised elections in 7 months? Why does she even object? She'd be just like,
I didn't really feel like I felt more like Adama was objecting. I thought she kind of.
No, she objected at first when he said it because he made a deal. But and he said all I did was agree that you would follow the law, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you think you are,
I'm a law-abiding military man.
And so and Thomas says 5 times the swearing. Not sure why. I must have missed something.
I've been doing really well self-censoring myself, so frack you, man. Okay.
He's been trying.
I've been trying.
And then he thinks that Ty looks like Biden 70 years younger.
Well, he's certainly less sleepy than Biden. That's for sure.
Oh, jeez. Don't even go there. It's bad enough you're sleeping with Hillary. I mean, geez.
At this point, never mind.
Anyway, so she admits that she's been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and things don't look good.
Mm.
That's pretty much where we wrap it up here, I think. Yeah, that's it. And so that would be.
So if she'd been really in anything else, because I started to realize she was kind of typecast because she was the the first lady in Independence Day, and now she's the president. And I don't know if she dies or not, if she's in all those seasons or not, but I have been. I've already showed the clip once. I don't think I need to do it again, but I definitely have been.
He's been a jerk. I'll just say that he's been a jerk.
I guess since Jason's not here, you don't have him in the background today. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the R and the D, man. You gotta have the holes in there.
What is your problem?
I don't know. Looks good though.
You don't think? I mean, you got to cut a hole in the R and the D, man. Well, I think it looks freaking. The sparks flying off of it, landing on the ground.
It looks good. Little embers of. Ow!
Yeah. See, you deserve that. See, look at that. The way those sparks land on the ground. That looks really cool.
No,
I did that.
Cool. Ow! Hey, man. It's been a while, I guess, since my cat's molested me on screen. That's fine. Are you good? Good now?
That's why you need an animal that doesn't have razor sharp claws. Okay, I'm going to go back to here.
What are you doing? Thomas, Jason will allegedly be back a week from today. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess my cat really likes my underarm for some reason. That's fine. Okay.
Well, maybe because your underarm is just so disgusting. I don't know.
Well, I guess, cats do lick their own buttholes. Anywho, that was the show.
Yeah.
Again, this one had a lot more going on, a lot more action. And just like I've said I'll say this every week until we get to the 7th episode. Like, it's my favorite episode so far. I've been really digging it. I've been really digging this show. Looks awesome, but he's not wrong. The R and the D need the holes in them. Hey, see? Bradley agrees. See?
Bradley's wrong.
It's just a design thing, man,
Well, you guys are wrong.
Okay. Hey, man. Both of us have our animals. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So why don't you guys rate the episode? Well, I think Danny gives it a 10 out of 10 because he gives everything a 10 out of 10. He doesn't know how to rate things.
No, I'm like,
I've said before
we haven't been rating them, so I don't want to start now. But no, every episode's good, and it's not fair because really, really enjoyed every episode. And just because episode 7, I can't say I liked it better than episode 6, doesn't mean it's a bad episode,
Right. And, well, the problem with rating the episodes of Galactica is that it is unlike, most modern serialized television, and I'm not pointing a finger at Picard or any particular show, but it's serialized, but it's not padded. It's serialized, but it's actually good serialized storytelling. And you take out one episode, and like, for example, if you took out water, Bastille Day would make no sense.
Right. That's why yeah.
And so if you take out Bastille Day, then there's episodes that are coming up that would make no sense, right? If you take and so you can't just pick and choose episodes, say this is a good one, this is a bad one. There are a few episodes, very few, that can stand alone. Like 33 is one of the very few that you can watch by itself and kind of just get what's going on, because 33 doesn't rely on anything really before it or after it, except that the miniseries itself. But 33 is also the first episode after the miniseries. Water could have just as easily been the first episode after the miniseries. If you could skip 33 and it wouldn't break anything. But 33 is also a darn good episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so I don't like rating individual episodes of the show, because to me, it's like looking at a jigsaw puzzle and rating one piece.
Yeah. No, yeah, totally.
And so,
and it blows my mind, because this is back in the day. This is way before Netflix or serialized television was like a thing. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I know Deep Space Nine dabbled in it, but it wasn't the whole show wasn't serialized. Just like, swaths of it were.
Right. And Stanley, is your do your version have the preview clips of the upcoming episode at the start of every show? If you mean like the little
previously on Battlestar Galactica,
if you're talking about the little music video type thing that I do, yes, and I've also been putting them up as independent videos on my channel. If that's what you mean,
dude.
Or are you talking about, or you're talking about?
I think he's talking about the actual episodes.
If you're talking about in the episode where they show, at the beginning, where they're during the credits, where they show little clips of what's going to happen.
I'm pretty sure I remember hearing Trisha Helfer at the beginning of this episode say, previously on Battlestar Galactica.
No, what he's talking about is, remember that during the credits, they start playing the fast-paced music and they show little clips of what's about to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And it is kind of weird that they do that, but they just did. That was just a creative choice they did with this series.
Hey, well, welcome back, Mom. Now that we're about to end the show, we already finished reviewing it, but that's fine.
Yeah. Well, bottom line is that he really likes Hillary Clinton.
What?
That's what you said.
Never. Not once. Not once. Never.
You said something about the carpet matching the drapes.
No, that was somebody else in the chat. It wasn't me.
And something about
it wasn't me.
Klingon snacks or something.
That definitely wasn't me. That doesn't ring any bells. Come on, cat.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you can always have one snack because there's another one to spare. I don't know.
Not ringing a bell. Totally wasn't me.
Yeah. Anyway. No, so that was Bastille Day, which means next up, what do we have? We have.
Look at that! We actually got through one episode. On one episode, so tomorrow we can do another episode instead of last week where we had to do like a 2-part.
Well, you want me to try to get another preview done by tomorrow night?
Oh, or what are we going to talk about tomorrow night, if not the next episode?
Well, I'll try. Man, you're going to make it tough on me, aren't you?
Well, I still got to make a thumbnail.
So we'll try to do Act of Contrition tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's the one where, they kill half the pilots.
Ow! Okay, I love you, but you're hurting me. Oh, stop.
Because they accidentally throw a cat at them or something.
No.
Not a chihuahua. They throw a cat.
Now I'm covered in cat hair.
Oh, boo-hoo. That's what you get for having a cat.
That's why I keep this thing around. That's fine. I'm prepared.
The cats are evil.
Cats are not evil. They are majestic creatures. Why do you think the Egyptians worshipped them?
Because they were afraid of them.
Oh, as you should be.
Exactly. See, you know what? I'd never have a pet you're afraid of. What episode number, Miss Moneypenny? Act of Contrition.
Tomorrow's going to be 4.
Is episode 4, yes, of this series. And so, yes, so we will be watching talking about Act of Contrition.
Cats are not evil. If you think cats are evil, you're evil, and the cat's just sensing it, and that's why they treat you so badly.
No, cats aren't evil.
No, they're not.
Clearly.
They're majestic creatures. Okay. I think that's good, right?
Majestic creatures
I think I got it all.
tackle you and leave their fur all over you. And
Hey, tackle me with love. Did you not see? Like, the thing was just loving all over me.
Yeah, that wasn't love. That was like, how do I rape this guy's face? He's trying to do an imitation of a face hugger from Aliens. Except, just not very good aim. All right, so with that, we're going to wrap it up. Remember, you are the salt of the earth. I'm the salty trekker, and Danny is still just wrong, although I'll give him credit. Even he was shocked by what Daniel's Hot Topic said. So maybe there's hope for you yet.
Maybe there's hope for me, because like to quote Jason Lee from Mallrats, dear God, man, there are just some things you don't say in public. I mean,
Which would apply to almost everything you say.
Plead the fifth.